Hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here of Plan with Elise, and today we are creating two custom Patreon spreads for the month of March. So first up, we are doing Carolyn's spread, and she had requested a classic vertical with a spring theme. So a really simple request that gives me some creative freedom. So I pulled out Spring Elements by Live Love Posh because I think that this is just such a fun sticker book. I believe it was from last year, but I was looking at these stickers and I just thought that they were so pretty and really screamed spring to me, and I thought that we could have a lot of fun with them. So the first thing that I wanted to do was take this larger sticker, but I'm wondering if we could actually bring in some washi here too. What color washi might be fun? I feel like purple, but also this purple that has kind of that chicken wire. I feel like I always mess up what this is called, but I think this could be good. Now I'm trying to figure out a way to sort of measure how, actually, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna sort of put this down just to get the measuring element of it, because I know that it's just going to sit beneath that sticker. And actually that kind of works, because we'll cut here, or trim here, and then I guess the sticker just stops. So is that the right spot to stop it? Whoops. Yeah, I think that that works. Okay. It's pretty, just sort of adding in the little touches there. Now we've got some really pretty large florals. I also have this here, which I can use. I only have one of them. So sometimes when I try to replicate the same thing on both sides of the spread, I can't in this situation because I only have one of those. But we are going to add this little gardening bench, and then I was thinking maybe we'll add this girl here at the top. I feel like we're going a little tall here, or maybe we bring her somewhere else. I'm sort of just kind of playing today instead of going with my usual formula, but I'm trying to be mindful as I put stickers down of where I'm going to put other functional stickers down. So we're kind of going decorative first, but I may stop that shortly. So I'm gonna, whoops, pop this washi underneath. So now we have the washi on both sides. That's really pretty. And then let's do some quotes. My favorite weather is bird chirping weather. It's not a sticker I use because I don't love bird chirping weather. No, I do. It's good. We just know here I don't love birds. It's something at this point we know on my channel. I don't mind them chirping. Honestly, the only time I mind them chirping is when I'm trying to film a video, and not one of these videos because I don't think you would mind the chirping, but there's a lot of videos that I film for other brands that I don't share, and I feel like that would be an annoying, whoops, speaking of annoying, an annoying background sound in a video. Okay. It's so pretty, isn't it? I like it. All right, now let's jump to some of these boxes because I have used some of them, but there are still some really good boxes. So I'm gonna pull out this orange one. Even though there isn't a ton of orange in this spread, I think that this would be a pretty color to include because we're really just doing these spring colors. Just wanted to lift that up. Part of the problem that could happen when you're doing this where you're putting like the decorative stickers down and then going to anything functional is that you don't really know where you're going to need to lift something. So that can be a little bit problematic, but as you saw, it wasn't a big deal to just kind of shift things. And then I think it would be pretty to layer this a little bit. I feel like I have to go further over if I want this to kind of layer here. Maybe down a little bit. I'm trying to experiment more with layering and being less like boxy as I put down a box, but you know what I mean? Like more boxes or more layers and not just like boop, 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 the way that I often do with my own planner spreads. And then I think it would be pretty to bring this in, but maybe we cut it. To go right here. All right, I like that. Now, do we have yellow? We have a little bit of yellow. So let's go to these yellow bullets, because I'd like to have some bullet points in here. 2, 3. And then I want to take these and give a few bullet points on the sidebar. Because I went so heavily decorative, I don't have a ton of space like each day for all of these. So adding a little bit here and there in the sidebar, I think would be really helpful. That's pretty. Now I'm seeing over here, I pulled that up and kind of lost some of the adhesive. So I'm just going to press it down. It may make the camera shake. So I apologize. All right, now we definitely need yellow somewhere because we have this yellow and it just feels very bright without with like it being alone, because it kind of feels alone right now. So we could pop some of it in right here. And then what I'll do is, now that I see where it's going to go, I'm just going to cover this up. I'm going to need to cover here too. Okay. That's better because now that yellow feels a little bit less alone. So we need purple, right? So let's take a nice purple box here and put it right there. And then to sort of make up for the fact that these are not connected, whoops, I'm gonna look for a green box, but a small one. I guess there's no header box in this sticker book. And I want to stick with the same sticker book because then the colors will be an exact match and I'm not going to be like flipping through a million books to find the right color. But this is so pretty. I love spring decorating in my planner. I don't decorate for spring at my home. The only season I decorate for is winter. I do a tiny bit of fall, and when I say a tiny bit, like I have a little basket with fake pumpkins that I got at Target years ago at like the bullseye section. And they're pretty and they have like sweater patterns, but other than that, I really don't decorate for seasons. But I love decorating for spring in the planner because it's like, oh, there's finally color again. It just feels so good and it makes me really happy. We need something right over here. I think this is fun. Spring is Nature's Way of Saying Let's Party by Robin Williams, one of my all-time favorite actors. Getting a little bit off here. Let's try maybe right there. It's a good height for it, but it was crooked, so we have to fix it. Okay. Oh, it's so pretty. Now,
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
did you hear that? I don't know what word I said triggered my Amazon device, but one of them triggered it. I don't know what it would have been. It was weird. Okay, let's continue with this strip of stickers and figure out where might be the best placement for it. So when it comes to a strip of stickers like this, what I try to remember is that if I'm using them, I'm gonna kind of lose the functionality of that area. I sort of want to put it here. The problem is that the flowers would be like floating over the house, and I don't really love that. I could have put them probably down here, but again, the house is sitting on the flowers. So I wonder if we just sort of put it here and maybe even up top a little bit, like we break it up, just because it's meant to cover 4 days doesn't mean they have to be 4 consecutive days. Just kind of thinking outside of the box a little bit, because I think that this is really pretty. Now, I have a big floral element on the left side, and I'd really like to have one on the right side as well. I don't know that it needs to be the exact same one, so I'm wondering if we take like some planters. Put this here. And then the tulips here. And then what I can do is we're gonna lift this a little bit and lift this a little bit and put the washi back so that those stickers are sitting over the washi like that. Really just press that down. Okay. Now let's go to function, because if I don't, we're gonna run out of room. So if I have a green, perfect. I was looking for like a larger green box. So we've got a nice green box here. And then I think we need the orange again. So I'm going to do the same type of like layering over here. So we'll cover this up and cover here. And now that I see where that's going to go, try to get it straight. We're going to add in a little bit more here. I feel like once you write in the boxes, you really don't see the lines as much, but I see them when I'm here and I don't love them, so I try to cover them up when I can. And then I definitely wanted to bring in the yellow. We have plenty of purple because of the washi, but I'm sure I'm going to bring in pink somewhere also. Just kind of wipe off anything extra. And then this line here. So now we need pink. And I feel like with the pink, I'm going to put some bullet points down here. I'm going to look for a smaller quote to put here and maybe some bullet points over here. So I would sort of do the pink there. The only thing is we have this pink house right here and we have that pink. So I don't have a ton of height left to work with. I kind of want to like, could I do this and sort of change up the shape? I think that that would work. Trying to sort of eyeball where this would go, but also the bottom part I didn't cover. All right, that's kind of cool. So let's come back. And I mentioned was kind of visualizing like where things were gonna go. So I like Let Love Grow. We're gonna put this right here. That's pretty. And then I said I was gonna do bullets over here. I saw in this sticker book like this tiny little spring, spring, spring. I feel like this would be cute right here. Sometimes you just find like the perfect spots to fill up the space. I know that I want to do purple bullets on Friday. And then what color might work on Thursday? Let's see. I think orange would work. And then we need something over here. Oh, the spread is so pretty. Okay. What do we want to use over there? I never ended up using the extra, this extra piece, but I think that's okay. I have this. I don't know where this came from. Did I pull it out somewhere before? Could this just kind of stick out of the house? Would that be all right? I think that's all right. I think that's pretty. And then we've got a couple of little butterflies here. So I'd like to use them. So we're gonna put one right there. And then let's maybe put one right over here, kind of layering over that box. Yeah, I like this. Okay, now we are going to grab Pastel Date It because I like to add a little bit of color onto the days of the week. I've used a lot of these purple ones. I think the orange might be good. Yellow's so hard because I feel like I can barely see it. So I think we're gonna do the orange. Because that's a color that well, actually, it's not really the right orange. Let's see. It's lighter, but I feel like it would give that pastel look that we're going for here. So the first thing I'm going to do is cover up the days of the week using my Uniball Signo white gel pen because this gives a cleaner cover up when you're putting stickers over them than the correction tape. Sometimes I use correction tape, sometimes I use this. It sort of depends on the stickers that I'm putting down. And you just want to go really light with this. I'm not pressing very hard. I'm kind of like barely touching the page, but I'm letting the ink kind of fall onto the page. And that really helps. And then we'll pop these in. We're going to leave this undated. But let Carolyn go through and add any dates that she wants. Thursday, I lost Thursday for a second. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And there we have it. I think that this is so much fun and it screams spring and it's a little bit different and I'm really happy with how it came out. Our next spread is going to be a journaling spread for Darla, and Darla requested a travel theme. I pulled out the Choose Your Adventure sticker book from Happy Planner. I don't remember if this sticker book is sold separately. I know that it came in a Be Happy box. It was like a travel themed Be Happy box with like a memory keeping journal. I don't even think I've used this sticker book once. I remember when it got delivered, it got delivered like an hour or so after it released. So I feel like I didn't do my typical like demonstration spread like I often do with new products. So we're going to focus on like a more scenic, calm styled spread here. And I really like this On to the Next Adventure sticker, but I want to like pair it with something. I don't believe that I still have the washi that came with this. I know that there was washi with it originally, but I don't think that I still have it. So I'm trying to see like what color might be good here. Like this blue is pretty. I use this. I feel like this could be a nice complement. I happen to have had it on my desk, but I feel like it's not a perfect match, but I think it could be a nice complement to the colors that are in here. Like not, I don't think everything needs to be a totally perfect match, but I want this to sort of layer on it like that. All right. And then use my knife to cut this. Sometimes when I'm cutting washi or trimming it or whatever, I really try to cut like right at the color. If it's a stripe like this, like even the blue, I left a tiny bit of blue over here so that you can still see that pattern. And then I think it would be pretty to pair a little leaf sticker there. I think that that's really nice. And then I'd like some really cool long boxes here that I thought would be pretty. It's a little more challenging with a horizontal because you kind of have to make the decision to either stick with one side or switch things over. So I think that we're gonna do the little switch of the days of the week or just kind of move them accordingly. So I want to use my white pen here to cover up the black. I'm not going to cover up the gray. You can still see a little bit of the gray. It's hard for me to tell what you can see with like normal lighting or what you're seeing because I have these like crazy bright lights over my desk right now, but if I can see it a little bit, we're gonna clean it up. All right, that looks cute. Now I want to make sure that I'm really including some like travel scenes here. So I like this. The world is yours to explore. And then I think I want to use this washi again. Right here. Just feel like even though there's no blue in what I'm using, the blue is really pretty. It's like a good shade of blue. All right, that looks good. And then let's do, we have that globe there, but I like the little calendar and I like the mountains. So I'm gonna pull those out. And we also need some sort of like box. So if you've seen me create Darla's spreads over the years, I always like to include a box for her on Wednesdays. She does use this spread for journaling, so I'm not worried about like bullets or anything like that. But on Wednesdays, Darla has her book club. So I do like to include something for her book club. And then we're just gonna kind of tilt that over a little bit. I think that that's cute. And then let's maybe put the mountains down here. And I saw some like strip quotes. Not, well, those could be cool. Wander and wonder, because then we have this color over here. So maybe we lift up this one. And we put this over here. And we kind of layer this right there. I think that that's cool because it's sort of by the pattern. The problem is that I put it down crooked. So we're going to want to fix that. All right, I like that. I don't think I'm finished with this side, but I do want to go to the other side so that I'll have a better idea of like balance. I also think that these stickers are really pretty. So I'm going to pull this one out because it's a similar color to that. And I definitely want to use it like somewhere over here. And then maybe because we have this in two spots, we kind of have that like over the washi, so it's sort of hanging. And then I can use one of them on the other side. But the next thing that I was looking for was another box like this. So I like the green one a lot, and I like that it has lines. But before I do that, I like this little car here. I think we're gonna sort of layer it a little bit over that. That's a cool look. And then breathe in life. I really like this quote. From the earth to sea to sky, may you learn to grow, to swim, to fly. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. This is gonna go here and this is gonna go here. But before I put this down, we've got to cover up. Actually, you know what? It would bother me, and I'm sure some of you, if these lines were not aligned. What's tough is that they don't actually match. So I'm just gonna start with the top, and then at least I know the top lines line up and match. Just cleaning off the pen a little bit. Okay, we'll get that down. And then actually, this might be a better spot over here because I sometimes struggle with the bottom space since we have that like extra space and not always sure what I want to use it for. I'm gonna go back to like where I got the decorative stickers from, like the more scenic styles. And I like this one here. I think that I want to bring in the washi though. So before I put that down, we're gonna add some washi down here. It's a little bit crooked. Let's try to fix that. Okay. And then this right here. That's pretty. Now, I want another scene and a little sun, some of these Polaroid photos, and before I forget, I want this other little box in the peach because I liked it on that side. So let's layer this like right here, and then maybe we put this up top a little bit, like kind of going over. And now we have this little scene over here. I'd like to shift it because I don't want that notes section visible. But it's still not really going to be right. So let's try to center this a little bit more to not have that little gap. And then we can put this down really nicely and those look good together. But I do want to shift this over as well. If there's going to be the like empty white spaces, I'd almost rather them be like on the edge and not like randomly in the middle like that. And then we have this cute little sun. So let's put the sun here. We did washi on two spots there, so I'd like to do it in two spots here. I kind of think it's going to look best right here, but then with these are like, oh yeah, that'll work. Okay, I'll explain in a second what I was about to say, but it's irrelevant. I was going to say that these are almost next to it, like right on top of each other, but then I looked at the left side and realized those are sort of right on top of each other, so it's kind of a nice balance. I accidentally ripped this sticker, so I want to pull it up. and replace it because there's another one. Sometimes if a rip isn't noticeable, I'll leave it, but I felt like this one was really noticeable. And then we're gonna kind of just put this back right over here. Okay. What's next? I feel like there's plenty of space here, and this is looking really good for a journaling spread. I think that what I'm missing is some more decorative elements, and also I want to work on the dates. I always get to this point with these spreads where I worry that I'm over. I feel like it looks empty, but when I also remember what it needs to be used for, I want to make sure that there's plenty of space for that. So I think we could probably put one little thing over here, and then maybe we leave it and focus on the dating, the days of the week anyway, not necessarily dating because we're not going to date it. I'm looking for something right here. I feel like I just need something small, like maybe this. Take time to enjoy the simple things in life. Let's cover up the line. Trying to be a little bit more like thorough with this line because of the sticker above it. That's going to be above it. All right, that's pretty. Now, days of the week. This sticker book does not have days of the week. So I also just realized that these two lines are next to each other. I sometimes try to avoid that, but I don't hate it here. I feel like this is kind of splitting the spread, and then we have some washi there and there, and I think that that's okay. Days of the week. I have pastel basic still out, or pastel date it still out. Let me look at like all the colors on one page. This lighter green might be best. The thing is, a rainbow pastel is really not going to be ideal here because I'm not going to be able to find the colors that I'm looking for. Even just a regular rainbow, I don't think I'm going to be able to find the colors I want. So I think that we're actually going to go to the original Date It, or this may be the second Date It, I don't remember, and just go for simple black letters. I like these ones that are a little bit like scripty because I think that they're pretty and they remind me of travel in a way that they feel like old. And not that travel is necessarily old, but like almost like a vintage is sort of how I'm envisioning it. I don't know if that makes sense to you. It makes sense to me. So, and I like them because they're paper and they make it easier to cover up. Monday, excuse me. Tuesday, it's just like a nice look. Wednesday, I ripped that sticker fully in half. Wednesday. Thursday's gonna go here. And then let's take, oh, we have to color those, or cover them. Covering by coloring. Friday. The washi, I don't think I mentioned, is Planything, and you can use code Elise10 for a discount on washi. I would almost say that unless I state otherwise, the washi I use is Planything. I feel like it's 90% of the washi I own. It's 90% of the washi I use. So that's, it's my favorite. I feel like it's really good quality washi. It's really affordable. There's such a variety of colors. And what's nice about there being like such a variety is that it's the same quality washi, and most, like, there's two different sizes, but typically you'll be able to get the same width. And it's really nice to have consistency like that. So it's one of the reasons that I love it. Okay, I do feel like this is simple, but I think I've said this every single time I do a journaling spread for Darla, that I want to keep it simple because she needs the space for it. So I think that it's really pretty and soft, and I'm really happy with it, and hopefully she is as well. So those are our two spreads, very different with the colors that we used here, but I think that they're both perfect for the upcoming new season. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I will link everything that I used in the description. Thank you so much for watching and for your support, and I'll see you next time.